Hello aspirants, this is me Yasmin Gill presenting to you the PIB highlights of 24th of December. So you can relax today because there are quite a less of updates after 2 days of too many updates. So you can follow all these videos on this particular link of an academy and you can also rate and review them. So today, that's 24th of December, we reached close to 830 reviews. So friends, keep rating and reviewing if you find the initiative useful. And how can you do so? Go on an academy, search PIB December. Under it, you'll get an option of various courses. Just click on the course that you wish to rate and review, and once you click on it, under review section, you can write a review as well as give star ratings. So let's begin. Under Polity and Governance section, we have very informative article from Indian Express. So as updates were less, we have two articles today included from Indian Express, but both are very informative. So first one is related to disruption. Now, whenever we think of disruption, the only thing that encounters or comes to our mind is Parliament. But there's a broadened view to it, which is disruption is not just limited to Parliament, it also extends to state legislatures. So let's go through the article. So as per PRS legislative research, Tripura State Assembly for a year, if we take out the average, the number of days where they met, it was only 12.4 days per year. But this is not just limited to Tripura. Even the best performing state, Kerala, merely met for less than 50 days. So that is the amount of deliberation that they do. And we know discussion and deliberation, etc. are both the bedrock of democracy, and see the extent to which they are happening. Also, the main problem here is this performance in House of the elected representatives does not have any bearing on the electoral prospects. So even once in big picture, when Girish Nikam used to take the episodes, so what happened was there was a specific topic related to whether citizens owe any sort of responsibility for this disruptions in Parliament, and thereon they went to discuss, yes, because if we as citizens do not question our representatives how they behave in Parliament or say in state legislative assemblies, then yes, we are too responsible to some extent for that, and therefore this is what the point says, that this has little bearing on the electoral prospects. No one discusses how they behaved in the Parliament or legislative assemblies while during campaigning, etc. So this is one aspect of it. Next is a very beautiful line which you can use, which says that publicity of disruption may be more useful than fruit of reasoned give and take. So instead of good amount of negotiations and moving forward with bills, etc., merely what they are doing is publicity of disruption. But unlike Parliament, what happens in case of state legislative assemblies, there is less focus, less public scrutiny on them, and also there is less moral pressure for them to act in accordance with their mandate. So this is a view which you can present while you answer your questions related to Parliament disruptions and extend it to state legislative assemblies. Next, under economic section, we have National Institute of Securities Market. So Prime Minister inaugurated this camping at Patalganga. Patalganga is in Mumbai, the same place where SEBI's office is. So along with it, Prime Minister brought a fresh perspective, which is he said that SEBI's role, that is Security and Exchange Board of India's role, is not just limited to giving and taking or trading of stocks. There should be a broadened role to it. And what is it? 3 roles he mentioned. The first one, SEBI's or stock markets roles, etc. should also extend to raising capital, but for productive purposes. For example, infrastructure, particularly urban infrastructure, and that too when we have a growing market of municipal bonds. So municipal bonds are not doing that well as they were expected to. So Prime Minister has asked for a push in this direction, that this stock taking, etc. must also raise capital for productive purposes. Next, he also said that along with raising capital for productive purposes, this stock market should also provide benefits to farmers, a group such as farmers, not just farmers, groups such as farmers. And how can farmers be provided a sort of benefits? They can be provided benefits by better knowledge and better involvement in commodity markets. So I hope you understand the meaning of commodity markets, when actual physical materials are traded. So that is where what we call it as commodity market. So but right now there are very less farmers who actually go and involve themselves in commodity markets. So this facility should be available. It actually benefits the farmers by way of better hedging, better risk control, etc. Also, the third role which Prime Minister focused upon was that these financial markets should also contribute to taxes. There are various methods by which they try to evade taxes, and they should not do so. So 3 roles. One is raising capital for productive purposes. Second, benefiting groups such as farmers. And third, paying taxes at regular intervals. So this is what the extended role of stock market should be. Next, we have consumer related efforts. There is a helpline number 14404 to assess National Consumer Helpline. Then we have an online consumer mediation center, which is right now brought up at National Law School, India University in Bangalore. Also, there is a microsite by the name of Digitally Safe Consumer Camping. Then we have Consumer Protection Bill. So the bill was not discussed completely on PIB. There were certain small provisions related to it. One being it has a provision for mediation so that the disputes etc. get settled at an early stage. Also, there are very strict provisions relating to misleading advertisements. So we saw certain actor and actresses too getting responsible for misleading advertisements. So this is how government is trying to protect consumers and endow them with good amount of information relating to that product because they have complete right to information related to that product. So that's it. Next, we have Lucky Grahak Yojana and Digidhan Yojana. So every day there's some sort of new update to it. And today, just to add to your knowledge, along with NPCI, it's also Niti Aayog's plan. So there are two implementers. Niti Aayog actually framed the whole scheme and NPCI is going to implement it. Also, the first draw under the Lucky Grahak Yojana would be to provide a cash of ₹1,000 and that too to 15,000 consumers per day. And this is for the next 100 days. Next, we have digital hurdles. So this is also an article from Indian Express, and what does it say is, what are the amount of digital hurdles that we are going to face in the rising context of movement towards digital economy. So firstly, what they have pointed out is, actually this was a data pointed out by SBI, whereby it said that, see, amount of the number of transactions which have taken place via credit and debit cards have increased, but the total value of transactions have decreased. So this particularly shows that people are doing relatively inexpensive transactions. And by this, whatever we are seeing is that we have a slowdown in economy, we have a reduced consumer demand. So because we are demand-driven economy, so this is not a good sign which is taking place. Also, SBI goes on to comment that country, that is India, is in need of additional 20 lakh point of sale machines. And this has to be mainly in tier 2 and tier 3 cities plus rural areas. It also goes on to say that point of sale machine, though it costs very reasonable, which is 4,000 to 8,000, but for their working they also need the use of smartphones whose penetration is quite low. Plus you can also say issues such as I would say digital connectivity etc. in the rural areas. Plus security breach. And see, whenever you write your answer, if you quote it with an example, that would be even better. So in case of security breach, you can also quote the example of SBI. So few weeks before demonetization, SBI actually recalled more than 3 lakh debit cards, and this was owing to a security breach. So that is the amount how our digital infrastructure is not yet up to the mark, and this is all the hurdles which we can see in the coming times. So in security related, we have smart anti-airfield weapon. So this is developed by DRDO and it is an indigenously designed weapon. It can engage ground targets with a precision range of up to 100 kilometers and it includes a lightweight high precision guided bomb. So that's it for today. If you find the initiative useful, do not forget to rate and review it. Have a nice day. Thank you.